Mesothelioma Law Firm. For a considerable length of time, mesothelioma, an existence-undermining infection that can influence the lungs, guts, and a few other real organs, has been connected to delayed introduction to asbestos, bringing about numerous individuals looking for a mesothelioma law office to get equity and help them cover the mind-boggling costs connected with the sickness. Commonly, mesothelioma casualties were presented to asbestos while working at an occupation site that utilized asbestos-containing materials, ACMs. By and large, the makers of asbestos and ACMs knew of the shrouded perils and dangers of asbestos, yet neglected to educate people in general, as asbestos was to a great degree productive mineral. In light of the hindrance of data, laborers who created well-being issues from asbestos introduction might be qualified for monetary remuneration to cover costs, for example, lost wages, hospital expenses, passionate enduring, physical agony, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. In the event that you experience the ill effects of mesothelioma, asbestos-related lung growth, or asbestosis, you might be qualified for a lot of pay. Presently, there is over $30 billion in asbestos trust stores, set up for the individuals who have been determined to have an asbestos-related sickness. Round out our frame to get our free monetary remuneration bundle. Our parcel is stacked with data on driving mesothelioma lawyers in your general vicinity, how to record a case for asbestos trust reserves, how to get paid in 90 days, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. What does a mesothelioma law office do? Law offices represent considerable authority in mesothelioma are not the same as whatever other kind of law office. Though different firms may have practical experience in zones like auto collisions or nursing home manhandle, mesothelioma law offices concentrate principally on mesothelioma and different asbestos-related illnesses. It's not prescribed to hold lawful representation from a general provide legal counsel firm or even an individual harm firm that has practical experience in a wide cluster of damage cases. You'll require a lawyer who particularly spends significant time in mesothelioma cases, as these sorts of claims are to a great degree unpredictable and require incomprehensible, inside and out comprehension of asbestos presentation and infections. Lawyers at these law offices have learning and experience in regards to government and state laws concerning asbestos utilize and its history in the workforce. They additionally have sharp investigative aptitudes and can burrow profound to reveal when and where organizations and additionally different elements presented laborers to asbestos. Also, these law offices are included taught lawyers who comprehend the legitimate procedure including courts, trials, settlements, and advances. In addition, an accomplished firm comprehends that the casualty is as of now sufficiently enduring as a result of the therapeutic and budgetary issues connected with asbestos-related infections. Subsequently, the firm will handle most everything in regards to the claim, including battling for the lawful privileges of the customer, talking with witnesses, getting therapeutic history, suits, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. An accomplished law office likewise comprehends the extreme enthusiastic effect that living with mesothelioma brings to casualties, as well as to relatives and friends and family also. A decent firm considers and facilitates the brains of casualties and their friends and family all through this continuing procedure. What to search for while employing an asbestos law office? Sadly, not all law offices work in mesothelioma are the same. While some may have quite a long while of experience, different firms are moderately new to the territory of mesothelioma. Furthermore, some law offices may focus on different ranges of law other than mesothelioma while another firm may exclusively concentrate on asbestos cases. Beside utilizing your practical insight while figuring out which law office you ought to use, there are a few variables you ought to consider. The law office ought to have involvement in managing mesothelioma cases. The law office ought to be to a great degree proficient in asbestos laws and earlier cases. Search for a law office that concentrates exclusively on asbestos-related cases. Search for law offices with a stellar notoriety in taking care of asbestos cases. The law office ought comprehend asbestos laws, as well as have broad learning of medicinal issues connected with asbestos ailments. The law office ought to dependably keep you overhauled on what's happening for your situation. Despite the fact that lawyers are occupied individuals, they ought to be available. You ought to dependably get an underlying discussion at no charge before settling on a firm. Remember that it's not prescribed to hold a law office that guarantees you that you will win your case regardless. Despite the fact that measurements demonstrate that the lion's share mesothelioma casualties do go ahead to win their claims, there are an assortment of elements included, and no case is insured. An accomplished law office will help you to comprehend your odds and what is included, yet will never guarantee that your case is 100% insured.